What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a quick video ahead of Festival of the Lost for the year. And in this one we're going to round up spooky season for Destiny 2 in terms of cosmetic items available in the Eververse store. This is the classic no silver required video, so we're going to be breaking down items that are available in Eververse which will be sold for both silver and bright dust. As always, these events do have a handful of things that'll be silver exclusive, but there are also things that will sell for both of the currencies, and so if you want to know which ones they are and avoid spending silver when you can instead spend bright dust, then hopefully this video will help you out. Because of course the only thing spookier than Halloween itself, or scarier even, is the prospect of losing all of your money to the Eververse store. Or maybe like me, you're just not bothered and you don't generally spend cash in the store anyway. Either way, I hope the video is helpful, and if it is, hit subscribe and drop us a rating down below if you feel very kind today, as that would super help us out. But otherwise, let's get into it. First up, big shout out to todayindestiny.com for their Eververse calendar. That has a breakdown of all of the items available in the store for the season. And of course, this time around, we will focus on Eververse and Festival of the Lost. So there is initially the new armor for Festival. I think this has been generally popular in terms of the visuals on it. We can see, obviously only looking at the Hunter gauntlets right here, but these sets, as always for events, will cost 6,000 bright dust, but there's also the option to purchase them for 1,500 silver. So it's not silver exclusive, but obviously the bright dust cost is fairly high. On top of the new set being available for this year though, Bungie will feature sets from previous years as well. You can see a mixture of them right here, and they will all have the same costs, so that's the first thing. Otherwise, there'll also be some masks available for silver and bright dust. So firstly, we have the Cade 6 mask, 300 silver or 1,200 bright dust. Obviously, if it doesn't show up on the first week of the event, we now know it will certainly show up in subsequent weeks. There will also be the Witness mask for the same cost, as well as the Good Boy mask and the Jack-o'-lantern mask. Otherwise, a handful have been added which are silver exclusive. You can see some of them here. One of the new ones includes the Weasel Error mask. And based on the rate that we get Weasel Errors, if you wear this, you'll be the most common character in Destiny. Otherwise, shaders this time around, we will see a handful return from previous years for bright dust. There will also be a bundle with those shaders you can see on the bottom, which will be silver exclusive. This is not a new thing in terms of Bungie dropping silver only shaders. But getting into other items, we have the Ghastly Flight Shell. I believe this one is new for this year. There are different silver costs because it will be available individually and as part of a bundle, but it can also be purchased for 2,850 bright dust. The same costs will apply to the Fettered Shell. This is certainly returning from previous years. That one won't be up for silver at all. Same can be said for the Hexing Shell. And the Jacko Shell. One that will be silver exclusive is this, the Pink Puff Plush Shell. What's that in reference to? You'll have to let me know in the comments. Either way, it will be a silver exclusive purchase this time around. On to vehicles though, we first have Sparrows and the Plushosaurus. That's a new one this year, 2,500 bright dust, or you can pick it up for silver individually or as part of a bundle. Another new one is the Phosphoric Phantom, which is a rather curious looking thing indeed. The Ghost Train, again 2,500 bright dust or 800 silver. Then returning items include the Skitter Scare exotic sparrow, and another one here that I almost got excited for, but it is silver only. This is the Ghastly Night Skimmer. So first of all, getting a cool skimmer there, but silver only costs, so it's either 1,200 individually or 2,900 silver if you purchase it in the bundle. Onto ships though, we firstly have the Beautied Beast, which is a pretty wild looking thing right here. That one will cost 2,000 bright dust, or you can grab it for silver. Same costs will apply to the Lepidoptera, a kind of moth or butterfly themed ship there, which is pretty cool. And we also have the Extraterrestrial vehicle, if you fancy a bit of flying saucer action. Then there is the Winged Runner exotic ship, which is a pretty cool looking one. And that will be featured in silver bundles or for 2,000 bright dust. Returning items though include the Retrograde Tora. And then to mention some miscellaneous things here, transman effects that will come for both costs. So there is Sugar Rush. These will be 450 bright dust, or you can spend 200 silver. Additionally, we have the Sweet Treat projection and the Cobwebbed projection. Interestingly, when it comes to weapon ornaments, I feel like it's been a couple of years since Bungie actually introduced any new ones. Still nothing new this year, but the database is currently listing previous year's exotic ornaments as silver only, so that includes the Promethean Prelude, Worm Perilous, which I always thought was a very cool ornament, and the Pride Glass, which is the ornament for Fighting Lion. So unless this is wrong, no new ornaments this year for weapons, and none of them available for bright dust. But onto the final few items of note here, there is the Pumpkin Carving exotic emote. that will be up for 1,000 silver or 3,250 bright dust. The same costs will apply to the vampiric pose exotic emote, and then we have the legendary imprecise snack emote, 700 bright dust or 500 silver. The same cost applies there to the zombie shuffle as well. And that's really about it in terms of stuff that we'll get directly from the Eververse store. We can see here a spread of the stuff that is silver only versus bright dust being an option as well. And Festival certainly does have a lot of silver exclusive stuff this time around. The only other thing worth bearing in mind is that, of course, we will get additional cosmetic stuff, which will come from the event home, presumably, with that rewards pass. I nearly said the event card. Do we still get event cards? I don't think we do. I think it's the event home now instead. So that's the Eververse part. Overall, I'm kind of looking forward to Festival. Thematically, it tends to be pretty fun. Also, the fact that it has a 6-player mode this time around, I think will draw a few more players in. And then, of course, there are the sandbox elements with the mods for the armor, and the new weapons, which do have pretty cool holophore skins and some interesting perk possibilities on them as well. So keeping my expectations in check, of course, but nonetheless, looking forward to it this coming week. So let me know if you'll be jumping in for Festival, which components you are most interested in, whether it's the weapons, armor, new activity, or indeed the cosmetics. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. If you've enjoyed the video, a rating really does help us out. Plus, get subscribed and I'll keep you up to date with all of the content through the week. But otherwise, I really appreciate you all watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.